It is time for WWE news. So WWE announced these 7 new dates for Raw and SmackDown, as well as 10 live events as part of their annual holiday tour. So we actually have a graphic for that. But dude, they're going hard in the paint over Christmas. I thought it was Christmas and a happy new year. So December 5 in Austin, December 12 in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to read all these, but look at these live shows. So Boxing Day, they're in Baltimore. On the 27th, they're in Tampa. On the 27th, they're also in Pittsburgh. Okay, so they're doing A and B shows here. On the 28th, they're in Jacksonville and they're in Rochester. And then Raw is in Orlando. And then the 30th, they're in Fort Myers, Florida. On the 30th, they're also in Detroit. And then on New Year's Day, they are in Syracuse, New York, and then SmackDown in Brooklyn, and then they're the 3rd, 4th. So, like, they get a little break for Christmas, but then into the new year, it's just full speed ahead, doing double shows. And so, there you go. Beg your parents for a Christmas gift there, wackos. Money in the Bank 26 will now take place 1 week later than originally announced on Sunday, September 6th. So there you go in New Orleans. WWE ID and Evolve star Jack Cartwheel will be challenging for the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship. Laredo Kid defends the title against Cartwheel, Lince Dorado, and Aerostar. Aerostar, Brian. So again, Glaze Meltzer, if he's not glazing that match to death, then he's a fraud. Then they're just complete and utter frauds. So it's official. Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed title. Saturday night's main event on November 1st. Salt Lake City, Utah. And that will be a good one, man. I told you guys we're going to get more matches from those dudes. They're going to be throwing down more and more, a longer program. And they're making money hand over fist. So here's Nick Khan. He believes that WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia was the natural next step. Like, you're taking Saudi money. Just keeping it real, man. Come on. So this is courtesy of Joy Forum. It was a natural next step for us, Nick Khan says. In WWE, we realized a number of years ago that we can simply pipe American product out globally and hope to be a global product. You actually have to put boots on the ground. If you look at what we've done with the premium live events over the last few years, about half of those now take place outside of the U.S. We're in the 8th year of a long-term partnership with Turkey Al Sheikh and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're bringing Royal Rumble here at the end of January. It's the first time Rumble, which is our 2nd or 3rd biggest event. Yeah, outside of the US or Canada. WrestleMania 27 will be here in April. We're excited. WWE had received a number of different offers from entities outside of the US. And to me, as I try to help lead the company, it's all about relationships. And it's about like the 10x money they'll fucking offer you, bud. Don't fucking beat around the bush. Poor Sir Mo, dude. And like, we look at these attendances. So SmackDown is going to do 10,000 people tonight, right? We just look at the numbers. They're fucking doing sickos are melting down. They do like 10,000 people for SmackDown. They do, they're doing 6,000 people. And some folks are like, oh, that's a flop and shit. So year over year, you look, it's like they did 7,900, 6,400, 10,100, 10,100 maintained. So the last few years, like wrestling's getting hot again. You look at the last few years of AEW, it's the opposite. So this is why, we can't argue when it comes to like, okay, like WWE, they're selling all these tickets. They're overly expensive, but they're selling out everywhere. They can afford to do a 6K seater. That's not an L, it can't be compared the same way AEW is, just like it can't be compared the same way TNA is and shit. But people try to do that. But anyways, though, you look at this 29,700 for Survivor Series. There wasn't even a match announced yet, I don't think. And then they said Floodline versus Wyatt 6 in the fucking War Games. So 30,000 tickets. Like, that thing's selling the fuck out. That's going to be huge. We have a SmackDown 4K sold. This is on Halloween, 6K building. They'll sell it out. But meanwhile, if AEW were in their shoes, he'd be fucking glazing it. And this is according to Thirsty Thurston here. Data confirmed with WWE prices have roughly doubled since TKO merger. In terms of real dollars, a WWE ticket that used to cost about $60 per TKO is now about $120. But average attendance has yet to suffer. It's actually up. And so the attendance is way up. Look at that fucking chart, dude. Boom, adjusted for inflation. Boom. So the tickets are more and they're selling more. The attendance is more. That's how you know it's hot. I don't care about max numbers that no one flaunts. Speaking of point O's and all this shit from the segment before, did much better than I expected for last week's show from Perth. So this is Raw's rating. It aired live in the morning. The show scored 2.4 million views globally for the week per Netflix data, even with the prior week with 4.6 million hours viewed. It's down, whatever. It did good ratings. It's on streaming. Who gives a fuck how many people watched it live? So, speaking of Raw, per bodyslam.net, Netflix is reportedly in the process of rolling out ads for WWE programming. And it's so funny, per bodyslam.net. No, it's not. It's like fucking, we're all talking about it here on PWT every week. I'm talking about, dude, they're rolling out the Netflix ads, you know? So it's not just in the USA. Several international markets have already started getting ad breaks during WWE shows. And it's like per body slam, per fucking Canada, buddy. The fuck? Blake Monroe was asked if she wanted to go to NXT instead of the main roster, Raw or SmackDown, speaking of Raw. And she says, NXT's got the highest viewership of any show I've been on. Oh, shit.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
And I think, and which is the truth too, which is why it triggers people. And I think you have to consider as well, WWE is so huge, the amount of TV equity that Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, they have millions of followers, all this TV equity. I know I can go toe to toe with them, but I feel like, why wouldn't I go to NXT? Exactly. She gets it. Shadow Mariah May, Blake Monroe. So the video of Jey Uso winning the Battle Royal on Raw currently has over 66,000 plus dislikes on WWE's YouTube channel, and it's the most disliked WWE video of the year so far. Now, here's the thing, man. I totally trust WWE to deliver a good storyline here is the problem. So fans are just saying they dislike a thing. Good for them. Are they going to tune out? No, it doesn't matter. Like, they are locked in. Okay, Punk's going to win the title. All these it's going to be one of WWE's most liked videos, him crying and his wife coming out. And this fucking moment, and we've waited years. You know, he's going to talk into the camera, the real world champion, and everyone's going to be like, AEW, like, we're going to get all this shit, all this juice to squeeze out of him beating Jey for the title. Or who knows, though, maybe the Usos fully heel turn and beat the shit out of Punk, and then Jey gets it. Damn, now we're talking nuclear heat. But again, that's all heat on the Usos. Then you want to see them lose, and you want to see them lose the world title. Or if we get this moment, everybody who disliked this are going to like the clip of CM Punk crying with Larry in the ring. Oh, I fucking won the belt and shit, you know? So it's just fickle fans. Enjoy the show. Stop being triggered pussies. That's what I say. Speaking of Cena versus The Rock, ESPN does a deep cut graphic for the Cavs versus Knicks game tonight, and it was made in the style of course, the opening week, and it was the WrestleMania once in a lifetime. Like, again, dude, that's mainstream. That's the mainstream appeal of W. That's like a deep cut. Like, if you're not a wrestling fan, you wouldn't even know what they were referring to in that fucking poster, but it rules, you know? So WWE boss go Triple H here, and this according to Dave. So again, a little taste of fucking Dave Meltzer.
We have confirmed that Dave Meltzer fears PWT and flutes.
And he says those at the top in WWE, and he's just completely lying here. But again, this is just Triple H's, just the doom and gloom. We've been chronicling it here, and how Triple H sucks, and he's paying to. He wants to be Dana White. He has Dana White envy, and he wants to be political, and he's missing shows. And then that gets debunked, and then he's like, they're using AI. He doesn't even have idea. That gets debunked. And so Dave says this, which I'm sure will get debunked too. He goes, those at the top in WWE have bragged that the White House itself took their own storyline inspiration from WWE talent. During the height of the Epstein Files scandal, a White House press office official texted a major WWE official, and people in the company, Brian, actually were told by Levesque that, except Heyman's promo on Lesnar's return, where he said Muhammad was criticized, Jesus was criticized, except FDR was criticized. It's like, these guys just, Hechicero. Brock Lesnar was criticized. He was said to be a part of the inspiration for the response that the party made. So Trump's like, I loved Raw. It was incredible. I'm stealing that line. I loved it. What could I like? Come on, man. It's fucking just so ridiculous. Dave just on the he's CNNing. He's Fox News doom and glooming the IWC and pro wrestling news right now and WWE in general. And why? It's because he's sweating bullets about the TNA TV deal, all the WBD shit that he doesn't understand. He's reading all the shit Nicolo Piccolo's posting, and instead of being like, thank you for the come on my show, he's just like,
oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
So WWE reportedly has a contract with a writer, with an AI writer. Again, this is Dave Meltzer. We're going to make fun of this. We fucking covered this earlier, but he says, like, the feeling is that once the bugs are worked out, the AI will have a major impact on storytelling direction. Dave Meltzer is completely fucking lying.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Learn, baby, learn. Meltzer Inferno.
And Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be roasting tomorrow. Time Cop. We're roasting Dave Meltzer at Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. But yeah, this is what I've called Dave out for infinite times. He gets he hears like a tidbit of news. Okay, this is what's real. They're getting an AI guy. And then he adds, oh, AI, it must be for writing because that's what I would do, or that's what I do, or we've tried that, or Tony Khan's played with that ahead of the curve. And then he goes doom and gloom. He just adds all this extra. Well, the idea behind it is, Brian, is that if they can work out the kinks, it can write the whole show. He just adds all this like Ready Player One fantasy bullshit, extra shit. And then Fightful comes and just snipes him and goes, dude, no, that's to like do stats and analytics and help with their old footage, which I called before anyone. Again, dude, Phil don't fucking miss. Phil hits the marks, as someone in one of the comments said, which I love that one. But they're going to use it for anything. They're using it to make that El Grande footage and stuff, right? Okay, so they're already playing with it. They're going to use it to like, there's so much blood in this match. Maybe we don't want to just make it black and white. And on this platform, they don't like blood, so we'll like CG some of it out or whatever. I'm sure it's working with things like that, or like to enhance visuals, like AI image enhancer and enhance audio. It'll be that before anything else, before it's writing the stories. Like, people can still come up with ideas, and AI stories will be soulless and fucking stupid. Okay? You need like human ideas to organize thoughts, or like, okay, here's, it'll just pull statistics out. It'll help organize files, like they were saying. That makes the most sense. Dave just doom and gloom all the time, doing anything he can to shit on WWE. Dave Meltzer, which we're going to talk about Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, my new podcast live on YouTube. Dave Meltzer put out this story talking about how, they hired AI for WWE. And it's like, everybody knows this. Everybody smart, if you studied and learned, Brian, you would know this. And this is why Dave is such a fucking clown. You know what I mean? Like, you play him a fucking flute over. Every company, especially big global fucking company and entertainment business, should keep up on AI. AI can do things like, it can help with like stats. Tony Khan, he does stats, and it's like, okay, computer programs can like keep track of significant strikes, and yeah, you need someone to write. I don't want AI to replace people. It will never replace people in the arts. No one's going to watch AI wrestling. No one's going to watch movies written by AI and shit. They're just really not going to. Some people will, maybe. Those will be uber sickos. It won't replace people in that essence. But it's like, you have to stay up on it, even if you agree with it or not. It's wise to at least be in the know of what it's capable of, and especially if you run a company. If you're just like a dude who's laying in the cut and your job is like, I go to an office every week, so I was like, okay, whatever. But when you're WWE, yeah, you need to. If you're a global entity, conglomerate fucking company, yeah, you should have an AI person, at least to just know what's going on, whether you guys are going to use AI or not. You should have like someone who's a master of it that can tell you guys where it's headed, what it's capable of, what people might try and do, predict trends. And maybe if you use it for analytics, then it can be helpful in that way, right? If they use it to, some people have pitched ideas like, well, here, let's read this. Fightful reported. This report blew up in Dave's face, by the way, and he tried to backtrack. We're going to fucking own Dave tomorrow on Dave Meltzer, Dumb Moment of the Week. But the creative team for WWE is of the impression the new AI hire is being brought in to find ways to help use AI to remove background noise of shots. Now, what did I tell you guys on? Go back on my show and find me saying this. One of you guys, I'm fucking telling you. I told you guys this was going to happen. I even said this.
It's just in from Phil Marks of PWT. He says, I told you so.
I was like, dude, they could use AI to, you know how they blur out the WWF logo? They could use AI to make them just look like WWE logos now and shit. Like AI can do crazy stuff, and it's not all bad. You know what I mean? Like some of it can be good for things like to remove background noise or shots of shots, or to organize files quickly. Boom. You know how much data, clips, top 10 drop kicks. How do they go through that? We had Marie Shadows on the show. That was her job. She would like organize and file shit for the network and everything. That's what AI can help you accomplish that, man. And that's not a bad thing. That's just better for like fan service and shit. We have Mark still crying about whoever runs the Wrestle Features account. It was like, oh, I got attacked just for saying I want content. Insane. No, dude, it's insane you feel attacked. This guy's like, we really need all of WWE's back catalog on Netflix. And then I just quote tweeted him, was like, no, we really don't. Because not everybody's watching all this obscure shit. It's all online. You can find all of it online. No, and then it's like, oh, you're attacking me? No, I'm just voicing my opinion to your opinion because this is the voice opinion app. Like, what don't people understand? It's fucking crazy. But anyways, though, AI is not replacing the creative team. A top talent said Michael Hayes, Paul Heyman, and Ed Koskey are not AI and took exception to the belief that AI storylines were going to happen. So this story blew up in Dave Meltzer's fucking face. And not only that, dude, when Tony Khan admitted, he was like, dude, I've played around with AI booking. He said that flat out. Nobody said a goddamn thing about it. Nobody cared. But because WWE's like, oh, they're hiring someone to know. It's like fucking, hey, we're a company. What do? We stack boxes. Oh, we hired a guy who knows how to fucking use forklifts. What? How could you do that? Like, they're in the entertainment industry. They need to know how to do this shit. And like, they need to be at the forefront of it. You guys are just fucking, I can't believe. And Fightful, again, just taking the opportunity to snipe Meltzer, which I think is just so funny. One of the greatest things I've ever seen every Wednesday, which is also Rusev Day, just so happens. But it's Wrensday, and we're just back to normal. Okay, those Thursdays really threw me off. And also like what was it, Ken's Day or Rensdol or whatever the fuck they were calling. I don't know, dude. Enough. Just a good old-fashioned Wrensday pyramid fucking ranking system here. That this is my favorite bit, everybody's favorite bit here on this Wrensday. 2's in the chat for Ren Sinclair, and here we go. It's a happy Wrensday. I hope you all enjoy.
Hey guys, happy Wrensday. So today we are doing a long overdue Wrensday rankings. And I know I heard you last time. Ren, you can't put yourself on there 4 times. I got it, okay? So let's just go ahead and get started. So, on the bottom of the pyramid, we have the Inspiration. They bullied me. They were like vultures. But also, technically, they didn't get me out. So,
replace it. So, I mean, she always finds a way to like make this bit work. And so she replaces them.
I got my cell phone. So, Ren Sinclair. Which leads me to my next one, which is the Post. Yeah, I know someone oiled it up. It was probably the Inspiration. I just can't prove it yet. But I will. Next we have Charles. He left me an extremely rude message. But honestly, I am the one who told him to watch. And I did fall off on my own. So I guess Ren Sinclair. Okay, next, on the second tier, We have
She's an honest gal, this Ren Sinclair.
Carmen. During that TNA NXT battle, she was killing it. For me, she had my back. It was insane. But also, I did ask for help. We were whipping butt together. So, Ren Sinclair. Next, we have Ren Sinclair. Oh my.
Yeah, just straight up. Well, we know that the last one is going to be Ren. But see, she swerved us. She did 2 swerves. She replaced some of them with herself. And then she fucking just is number 2. So I'm going to guess that for the first time ever, she's not number 1, or that ruins the bit, right?
I was doing like such great teamwork there. And also I gave the team NXT tips, and I was being a really great leader lately. And honestly, I've been trying my best lately. So Ren Sinclair. And on the top of the pyramid, I'm sure y'all can already guess who it is. Kendall. She won the...
No. I mean, good for Kendall for winning the Evolve title, but I'm a Wrensdayer. It's the Wrensday Night Wars. You guys can be Thursgrayers if you'd like. We'll chronicle Thursgray, but right now we're gonna do a poll next show, next Wednesday. Are you Wrensday or are you Thursgray, dude? What set you repping? Because come on now, Ren.
Evolve Championship, she actually threw out the inspiration on her own.
Look, I'm not going to stand here and let you push around Ren.
If we have to go with logic, I mean, I kind of
yeah, there we go.
was the one who brought her into the NQCC, the Ren QCC. And you can't argue with logic.
Exactly. There you go.
Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair. Absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for Ren Sinclair, and round of applause for you all. That was WWE News.